farmers? Welcome back to Goldcrest Valley in the case 7250. I think that's the model number. I got the baler towed behind us. We're getting ready to harvest the oats up here at the farmyard. And of course, we're going to be getting some straw, so we need the baler. So we got that all set. In between episodes, the only thing I have done is we had that 5,000 liters of soybeans in the big trailer. So I went ahead and sold that, and on the way back, I picked up the rest of the manure from the cow barn, and there was a lot more there than I thought there was. That is currently up at the BGA, and the one kind of goof I did was I didn't see how much manure the BGA could take. So currently the BGA is full of manure, and so is the trailer. So the least trailer that we have, I can't use it because it's got manure into it. So we'll have to use a small trailer for the rest of today. But that's fine because, I mean, the silo's right here, the oats are right here, so it's not that big of a deal. We're going to put this on a worker. So Control F, follow the class Tryon. 25 meters behind us should be good. And looks like Francine, or maybe that's Francesca. I can never tell them apart, but they'll be following behind us. Let's fire this up. Put down the header, start that up. Straw swath is enabled, so we're all set. So let's get to harvesting some oats. And then after this, we got to go ahead and get the clover, alfalfa, and grass windrowed and baled up. So we can get all that off the field, and I get those fields up and going again, except for the alfalfa field, because we will be selling that. Just too small of a field to keep around, I think, currently. And we don't need that many bales of hay. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and sell the field, as it may be. All right, so, yeah, Francine or Francesca's fall behind us. There is it was like half full of clover, so I don't know if it's the first bale is going to be clover, or is it going to be straw? I don't know. I'm guessing it's going to be straw. I think I'll convert it on over. Let's see. What other tractors? I have no idea where my Massey Ferguson is. I wonder if that can handle the trailer of grain. I think it should be able to. I think we've done it before. The 8230 is already over at the Clover field with the windrower, waiting to get the K7250 over there so we can follow it when we bale up the hay. That's the initial goal anyways. Wait, did I sell all the corn? I think we did sell the corn. Yeah, the corn is what I put into the train and tried to sell over at the other stop. And I don't know why the corn did not sell there. It wasn't a problem with the train or unloading it from that cart because we were able to unload it back into the silo. So I'm not too sure why it couldn't sell there. I have no idea. But we sold the corn anyways. But we're back up to $360,000, which is nice to have. We are looking for a few more things for the farm, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this farm is pretty well set, I think, for fields and equipment for the most part. I mean, we got ourselves our own direct drill. We just need some upgrades. That's all we're really looking for are some upgrades. All right, so can I kind of turn here without hitting the shed? I can. They'll probably miss that straw that's there, but that's fine. Not worried about all the straw. We just do the straw just to get a little bit of extra cash, and that's it. And now back over to here. Yeah, this is an odd-shaped field because we took the original field that was up there and the original field that was over here, and we merged them together, so we got kind of an odd shape here with a lot of bumps in the middle, but it seems to work out somewhat okay. And of course, like always, the oats, we have no use for the oats whatsoever. So we're just going to put them into the silo until December time and sell them when the crop is at a good price. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with Goldcrest Valley when the end of the season comes. I mean, I think we've kind of reached as far as the farm is going to grow for the most part. So we could be ending Goldcrest Valley at the end of the season. At least that's what I'm thinking currently. Oceanside Forest is going to be going on for a while longer after kind of get a hold on that series and going back to our original goals there. American Falls now with the map being updated, and we got the new save up and going. I got some ideas I would like to go on that farm there. So yeah, probably Goldcrest Valley. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be the last season, but I think that's currently where we're going to be at. So it will be nice to kind of still be able to buy some things. I'm not going to be taking anything from this farm and moving it forward to another farm. Not like when we left Solyndra with and sold everything with $2 million and came here. When this series ends, everything that's here stays here, money-wise, so on and so forth. We could, at the end of the series, though, sell everything, because we know we came here with $2 million. We could just sell everything and see how much we actually earned while being on this map. And just being able to only buy used equipment, I wonder how well we did. I mean, we saved ourselves a good amount of money from buying new. And really, the resale value from new equipment, when you get done using it, isn't worth that much anyway. So I think we probably did rather well. I will say I have enjoyed the challenge of only being able to buy used stuff and can't buy new. It's been kind of fun to like wait when something comes up for sale in the store. It's exciting, rather than just say, okay, look, we need a combine, and you go to the store, buy, you know, it's like, which one do I want? You get to pick and choose. We pretty much had to take what came to us. We got lucky in a lot of sense. I mean, we this class Tryon, within a couple months that came up for sale, and luckily we had the money to buy it. And there's been a few things that we haven't been able to buy, like a mower. Forage harvester, we haven't been looking too long, but I don't think one's ever come up for sale anyways. But overall, I think we've done rather well here. Yeah, I just don't see us expanding to more fields. It's going to be a good amount of work for a season anyway, so expanding to fields. Plus, we just bought the big field, so we'll have that to harvest in a little while. And what I need to do is I need to grab... We'll just leave that running because we can. I mean, we got the 9RT, we got the 9T New Holland tractor here. Oh, the Massey Ferguson is here. You know what? We'll use the 9RT. Why not? Nothing wrong with the Massey Ferguson, but let's grab something with a lot of horsepower. That way we know we got a lot of horses under the hood to haul the grain around. Not going to take us long to get this oat field harvested. Kind of hope I can attach to the grain trailer at the angle that we're going to be at. Oh, more than fine. Alright, let's go empty this out. Straw bales. I think we got plenty for the cows. So probably end up selling all those at some point. But like always, even if the season, if the series ends at the end of this year, like I do in most of my series, we're going to keep farming as if we're going to stay here another year or two. So we may be replanting some crops in. We'll be taking care of the fields as we move along. Not just going to abandon them and just leave them there. But it's hard to believe I think we're over 60 episodes here in Goldcrest Valley. Doesn't seem that long ago that we moved here. And plus also with the premium edition coming out in a couple weeks, which should be just like maybe a 3 or 4 episode kind of a thing. We're just going to be looking at the map itself and the new crop styles that are available to us. But I would like to get it back down to where I'm just on 2 maps rather than 3, and probably in a couple weeks I may be on 4 maps with the new map coming out. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking Goldcrest Valley coming into an end. Oceanside Forest has got a ways to go, and American Falls is just getting started. I mean, on American Falls, I don't even own any property yet. We just own a Voltra and a fertilizer spreader. But that will soon change. Actually, later this afternoon, I haven't recorded the episode yet, but later this afternoon, I expect we'll be buying probably a tractor. We got the money to do so. Actually, I'll probably sell all the straw bales today or whenever I pick them up. Because they'll be on the baling trailer. And straw isn't worth that much more in the wintertime. I'll probably get like an extra couple $100 if I waited to winter. It'll just be more of a pain to unload the bales and pick them back up in December time. But we'll double check down at the cow barn to make sure that we got plenty of straw before we end the harvest season. We still got a wheat field and a barley field, which is a pretty big size. Oh yeah, I think the new field, the big field, is wheat as well. Yeah, so these bales definitely will be sold. We're going to have tons of straw bales to sell. Trailer is just about full, and I'm hoping I can get the rest of the harvest into the combine. Which we should be, because oats are not harvesting that great compared to other crops that we could have. Although our crop rotation shouldn't be too bad in this field. Of course, that's what we aim to do here. And we're not really restricted as much as we are like an oceanside forest where I need the feed. Here is just a matter of what's the best rotation. That's what we plant, and that's what we harvest. A couple more passes, and harvest for the month of July will be over. And even with all the bumps behind us, we didn't miss any spots. The header got all the crop. That little piece down there, though, I missed because the shed is just a little bit too close to the field. And if I didn't have a worker behind us, I would have backed up and got it. But I didn't want Francesca to get kind of confused if I backed up. So let's see, should have just about 24,000 liters in the trailer. So we are over 30,000 liters of oats off this field. And I'm trying to just leave myself a little bit of space to the right hand side so I can get that crop. And the header not hit any bales that she is dropping behind us. Yep, that's going to work out rather well. Let's try not to harvest any of the meadow grass that's to the left-hand side. That's a good amount of bales, though. Now, all the bales that we sell will go to the bale sell point down by the train station. We're not going to sell anything to the barn over there, just because the way our baling trailer unloads can be a little bit problematic in there. I do remember back in 17 delivering a lot of bales there. And the oat harvest is done. Alright, and then I'll just park this over here for a second. Alright, let's go put this into the silo. Didn't really need the big trailer today, I don't think, for harvesting that field. But it will be nice to have it when we get further away from the silo. Like way down at the store, traveling back and forth. Yeah, I do like those maple trees down by Main Street. That just looks a lot better to me. Kind of happy we planted those. But then again, we cut down the trees originally there for the cache also. Let's go grab the rest of the oats. And then we'll take the 7250. Is it 7250, that model number in the case? I gotta see if I can remember that model number. It's like 7250 or 7520. I think it's 7250. While that's unloading there. 7250. Let's see, we'll just turn the... We'll tell Francine to, or Francesca to take a short little break because we're going to use them here in just a little while. Because it's time to pick up that hay in the alfalfa, clover, grass fields. Alright, let's go put this in. And like always, I'll just leave everything where it is and I'll quote-unquote take care of it later. Maybe. Usually I kind of forget all about it until I log back in to do an episode. I'm like, oh yeah, I left everything kind of a mess. And we'll sell that in December, more than likely. Actually, I'm going to bring this trailer right into here, along with the 9RT. And that could all just be right there. Perfect. And actually, I will go around and pick up this little bit of straw that we have left. See if I can finish off the bale that's already in here. Probably not enough around here, because there never is. Yeah, I'm not going to pick up enough. Not enough here. Oh well. Only so much you can do about it. Alright, on over to the clover field. Start with the biggest field and work our way back to the cow barn. Because that way when I finish up with the grass field, I'm right there to put the windrower away. I always just want to bolt right across these train tracks, but you just never know when the train's coming. Alright, we can turn the beacons off. We don't need the beacons on. There's no one else over here but us. Yeah, I know I don't have access to this land. 25. How about if you give me like 35, 40. Let's go 40. Just because I do have the windrower on the back, I don't need you right up my butt as I'm doing this. And somewhere we'll get back onto our land. There we go. So the question is that first bale going to be straw or hay? We're about to find out. Can't see it yet. It's straw. Oh well. Sometimes it converts it over. I don't know the magical number of percentage and the baler needs to be before it will convert it over. But we were pretty high up on the straw. Don't know if it's 50% or not. Never paid that much attention to it, because I just figured whatever comes out, comes out. But all these bales, when we do pick them up, will be staying up here for the sheep. And I may even bring some up from the cow barn, the grass field itself, because the cows got plenty of hay down there. The sheep went through the bales just about that we made last season. And since we're getting rid of the alfalfa field, I may want to have some extra bales up here. Yep, the bales are being dropped rather fast. The more the merrier. So the one thing I have noticed when I was going through the field the other day, we are running crop rotation, but this field here, crop rotation does not recognize clover and alfalfa apparently because it has the other crops that we have in here. It's not like the grass fields. When we kept mowing them, it said previous crop grass, and the crop before that was grass. It just says grass, 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 grass all the time. When I jump out here, you're going to see the previous crop was barley, and the previous crop after that was fallow. So, we're probably benefiting from that just a little bit by getting a better yield. Hopefully I can get all this grass here. It's going to be partially on my property and partially not on our property. And we'll have to bring the mulcher into here so we can mulch it on down so we can start to regrow. I will have to double check to make sure that this is hay because that texture looks awfully dark, like the clover is still wet. Let me just jump out here and have a look at this bale and make sure it says hay on it. Not that it matters because the sheep up here should take grass or hay. So it just says clover. Doesn't say clover hay. Did I not ted this? I could have swore I tedded this grass up here. Did I not ted this? I believe I tedded everything. Do the bales actually say hay on them? Or did they just say the crop type it was? I think I got a couple bales up here from last season. We do. Clover, hay, windrowed. So did I forgot to ted this? I could have swore I tedded this. Now let me check on this bale down here. Oh, okay, I was reading the field info. Bale is the second one down. Clover, hay, windrowed. Okay, never mind. I just went to the first box that showed up and I just saw crop type clover and I was like, wait a minute, what? Alright, I feel a little bit better. I feel good that I didn't forget to ted the clover over to hay. But I feel more like a moron because I was reading the wrong box. Too much information was coming up at the right hand side of the screen for my brain to compromise what was going on there. So I was seeing the grass over here, and I'm like, I know that grass has been turned over to hay. I said, so the clover in the field must be. But it does look awfully dark and rich of moisture. But that's just the way it is. Just about the perfect working width for the last row. think I'll call it good. I missed a couple of little pieces up there behind us, but it's going to be good enough. And I'm going to be lazy enough, like always, going to try to go across the railroad tracks with the worker following behind us. I didn't see who took over in the baler, but we'll just assume that it's Francesca still. Who knows? But we just got to cut on over to the alfalfa field. I've had to stop once for the baler to catch up. I don't want to get too far in front of them or else they won't find their way. They're just a little bit slower because they got to stop to drop off the bales. But it's better than me having to go back around and do it all over again. Looks like a good yield of clover this year. I will fold up the windrower though. I think the case and the baler will go right over the tracks, no problem. But there's no way I was going to fit through there with the windrower spread out. Okay, wait for the train to go on through. That's the first step. It probably works out better for this way. That way we got more time to get across the tracks, or if the case gets stuck, or if anyone gets stuck. Alright, now the alfalfa field. And it sounds like the case is getting over the railroad tracks just fine. Yeah, they're doing alright. Everyone's okay. No mishaps on the railroad tracks. And this field is just a small little field now, and it's getting just harder and harder to work it with the equipment that we have. But we should get about 5 or 6 bales off this field. And once I get the bales off the field, we'll go ahead and sell it. I think we might be doing that right after this. I'll take care of the grass field later on. Hopefully I'm going around far enough to where the case will get out of my way. I want to get one pass done here. That way I got some room between us and the railroad tracks. Now we'll be kind of interested to see what the NPC worker does with the field after we sell it back to them. Are they going to leave it as alfalfa? Or are they going to work the field themselves and turn it into something else? This is the only problem sometimes when you got a worker behind you. They seem to drop a bale right where you got to be at. That'll be fine. It all works. Well, right now we got 7 bales on the field, and I can hear the beeper on the baler, so we're going to have 8 bales coming off this field. I don't know how much was in the baler when we came down here, but 8 bales all the same. We're going to fold up the windrower and leave the 8230 right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the case. Going to bring the baler with us back to the cow barn. Looks like Frank Jr. is the one that took over. I'm going to drop off the baler at the cow barn because that's where I will be using it next. But I'm going to grab the baling trailer And when I come pick up the bales in the alfalfa and clover field, put those away, and then we can sell that piece of property right here and now and not have to worry about it again. Definitely got our money's worth off that field. But I do wish the value of the fields would change with the work that you do into it. And we're just going to park this right here. Yeah, a lot of hay bales down here, a lot of straw bales as well. So the straw will just sell straight up. Really glad that this Case tractor came up for sale a while back. I forgot how good it was and how much I enjoy it. It's got a good top speed as well. And it seems to have more horsepower than it says it does. Seems to do rather well on all occasions. I think this is why this has been a fan favorite in Farming Simulator for years. For the price that it goes for and what you get out of it, it's a really, really valuable tractor to have on the farm. I think the bales would have stayed here if I sold the property anyways, but I don't want to take any chances. But also now with selling this property, I won't be doing what I'm getting ready to do again anymore, which is go over the railroad tracks. I mean, I should be going over the bridge, over the tracks on the other side. But that's just too convenient to do. So even though it's a different crop, the bales look exactly the same. But all these bales will stay up here for the sheep, which we know are very valuable to us here on the farm. They give us a good amount of wool. And of course, now that we're selling sheep just about every month, it helps us bring in the cash. Now, of course, on American Falls, there is clover and alfalfa, so we could be doing some of that on that series once Goldcrest is over with. Or maybe even before that, I have no idea. This baling trailer always surprises me how many bales it can hold. Alright, let's see if I can squeeze this into the shed. I'm kind of hoping I can push those bales back. I think this is how we did it last time. Hoping he'll push those on back. We'll see. That's working good. They're going to get all underneath the shed. No, I can't push them back anymore. It's going to be too much. And I'm not really pushing back straight. But technically, they're all under. So the next time I feed the sheep, I'll start grabbing from here and putting it in there. But I do have another load of bales to put somewhere. The forklift I keep up here because every once in a while I will feed the sheep that way if the Massey Ferguson's not up here. But where am I going to put the other bales? I don't know if I got a full trailer, but it's going to be pretty darn close, I think. No, I can't have 24 more bales up here. I don't think so. No, it's not as many as I thought. Maybe I should be putting a different shed up here for the bales. Give myself some more room. The straw bale will pick up later on when I sell the straw bales. Is the price going to go up? Because I don't have a rush to get the straw bales off the field. I know we're only talking pennies here when it comes to straw. So we are in July. The price is dropping. It goes back up again in September. But I mean, we're talking a low of 29, high of 43. So it's not that big of a price difference. And I'm not really penny pinching anymore here in Goldcrest Valley. And one more. Feels like that's more than I got last year off these two fields. But speaking of two fields, it's time to get rid of one. Now let's go to farmland. Field number 22. We're going to sell it. It's worth $30,228. And it'll be interesting to see what the farmer does to it. Maybe I can just leave the bales out. I think I'll unload the bales in the feed trough area. That way if the sheep need any more feed, they can take it from here. But I'll be back up later on. Oh, wait a minute. I don't need the Massey Ferguson up here anymore because we have our own water tanker now. Well, I'll bring the Massey Ferguson up here later on, and with the front end loader on it, I'll load the bales into the shed that way. But for now, let's unload those right there. Fold this back up, and it'll be ready to go on down to the grass field. I may do that between episodes. Not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But we'll be ready to move on to the month of August, where I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot more harvesting to do. Like the... I'm actually surprised that the barley isn't ready, but that looks like it might be ready next month in August. What's the big field looking like here? That might be ready in September, possibly. But yeah, we are done with the alfalfa field and all the grass cutting, at least for now. The only grass field we'll have for the rest of the season will be the one down by the cow barn. That'll be cut again in September and then again in November, I do believe. But a good amount of food up here for the sheep for now. They should be good for at least until next season, or maybe to the end of the series, who knows. But we'll see as we move along. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Goldcrest Valley. But until then, have a good one.